After unforgettable adventures in Serbia, we're now making our way slowly south to North Macedonia. For most travelers, it's just a brief stop at Lake Ohrid before continuing their way to Greece or Albania. But what if we tell you that Macedonia might just be the brightest hidden gem in all of Europe? Welcome to the capital city of Skopje. Here, you'll find a striking mix of eras and styles. Roman, Ottoman and Communist blended with plenty of new monuments, fountains and buildings. For many, probably way too much. But this trip is all about the nature. So for us, this was just a short little stop. You know, a quick taste of city life before vanishing back into the mountains once again. But what happened next left us absolutely speechless. So make sure to stay tuned until the very end. To support our new channel, click subscribe and like this video if you find it useful so far. Thank you. In early June, while cities are already baking under the sun, up here in the mountains, spring is in full bloom. Snow-capped peaks are slowly melting, forming majestic waterfalls, cascading gently into endless green valleys covered with beautiful wild mountain flowers. So, if you're exploring the Sharr Mountains from the Macedonian side, you'll most likely begin your journey here in the charming little city of Tetovo. It was very sad to see that Macedonian presence is drastically fading here as we continue driving deeper towards the ski center called Popova Shapka. It's just a 30-minute drive from the city and the place where some of the best hiking trails in Europe begin. This time we chose to start with Titov Peak, the highest and probably the most challenging. So make sure to fill up your water bottles, cause this trail is over 20 kilometers long, with some pretty significant elevation gain, especially if you choose to go over the ridge, climbing that way 3 more truly stunning mountain peaks. The landscape of Šar Planina is one of a kind, famous for its wide open meadows and deep green valleys. And of course, the white snow stripes that inspired the mountain's name. I really think that this might be the most beautiful hike we've ever done so far, though I'm not quite sure why. That day, mountain gave us such a wonderful energy. Maybe it was the snow, something we deeply miss after living in Thailand for a while and being completely alone in such a surreal place with those closest to your heart. So yeah, you're gonna make a lot of quality stops just like this one before the real challenge finally begins. Step by step, as you slowly rise towards the clouds, the gentle green meadows quietly fade behind, giving way to the raw, untamed beauty of these towering mountain peaks. Sharr Mountain has over 70 peaks higher than 2,000, and this trail leads you straight to the top too. And despite all of this beauty, this region still remains completely undiscovered by mainstream tourism. Meaning, you can hike for hours without seeing another soul. And all of this right here in the heart of Europe. I know, feels almost too good to be true. The final push to the high summit was something we'll always remember. And no, it wasn't too hard. You'll definitely make it. The epic scenery and all what mountain gave us that day is just hard to put into words. It was a flood of emotions that truly defined this whole experience. At the top, you'll find a 10-meter high brick mountaineer tower built in the 1950s. Right there, we met an inspiring nature lover who is working actively to preserve this untouched beauty. As we were slowly descending and aiming to complete the loop, the sun dipped alongside us. But the best was yet to come. Wild horses. One of the most magical sights we've ever witnessed. And something else. Wild, but not that magical. Like always, our favorite way to end a long hiking day. We made it to the car just before the sky went dark. Now it's time for a good rest, because tomorrow we're taking you straight into a living fairy tale. Honestly, we didn't expect this. We've never experienced such lush, dense greenery anywhere else in Europe. What if I told you that there are 8 stunning waterfalls here? And such a well-maintained trail, making this jungle-like experience accessible to almost everyone. But of course, again, we were completely alone. It was Monday though. From hidden gorges to the scenic plunge pools, each waterfall has its own unique character. Trust me, you have to visit this place. Simply unbelievable. It's so lush and green, that much that we had to remind ourselves where we actually were. Crazy, right? Anyway, this trail is around 5 kilometers long, with some pretty steep stairs, but still really easy. Entrance is free, and it's just a short drive from Tetovo, so I wouldn't be surprised if it gets busy on weekends. Stumbling upon this amazing place quickly became one of our favorite moments of the trip. But now let's keep it real. Not everything about Macedonia was perfect. Yeah, we really love the nature here, and if you're a fully independent traveler, you'll probably be just fine. Now, let's talk about a few things that we personally found a bit problematic and disappointing. No matter which trail you choose, the Sharr Mountains will surely blow your mind. We found it very easy to navigate and felt safe the entire time. So, for the nature, solid 10 out of 10. That's why we came, and that was the most important thing for us. This was all in early June. At first, we were hoping to combine this hike to Titov Peak with some nearby stunning waterfalls, and that way to explore a bit off the beaten path. Of course, with a knowledgeable local guide and a driver who would wait for us in another village. We couldn't find anyone. Not a single guide or park ranger, not even online. No national park info centers, nothing. The whole area up there was completely deserted. So if you're a local guide or you know someone, please write us in the comments so together we can help others. Sadly, we also didn't experience any local culture. Around Tetovo and Popova Shapka, at the moment of our stay, we couldn't find any cozy mountain homestay with some local food and activities, which is normally the favorite thing here in the Balkans. Just some expensive hotels or some Airbnb condos. Nothing is pet-friendly, and the food in Tetovo, beside baklavas, everything was so-so. It would be really great if in the future people become more aware of the incredible tourism potential these mountains have, far beyond just the winter ski season. So far, from all of ex-Yugoslavian countries, feels like only Montenegro is heading in the right direction. And that's exactly where our Balkans journey continues. So stay tuned. As you can see, the next one is really something special. Thank you for watching until the very end. We hope you like it. Bye.